Hey, my name is James. I'm the counselor today. Before we begin, I'd just like to explain confidentiality. Do you
Okay.
know what that is at all?
Kind of like privacy.
Okay, yeah, so basically anything that's said in here will stay in here. The only time I have to say something is if it's regarding harm to yourself, to others, or abuse within the child or a more older person.
Okay.
I will be taking those during just to help myself stay, on task and know what things to talk about.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Awesome. So what's bringing you in? What's going on?
I've been noticing some changes recently, just within my weight. Kind of like been more tired lately, not feeling like myself. So I decided to come in and see what you guys could offer as services. Just been feeling real clouded in my head and not, like I said, myself.
Okay, so let's go through a few things. When you say change in weight, what's going on there? Why do you make that comment?
I just noticed that my I've been gaining weight, which is kind of hard for me because I used to be an athlete. I used to be pretty involved, super busy, always out working out, running, playing volleyball, always active.
Okay.
And now lately it's like I don't have the energy to be that active. I don't have the motivation to be that active, and I've been gaining weight, which is really the biggest problem.
Okay, so I can see. So that could probably be kind of frustrating because you were an athlete before, and so now you're seeing a weight gain.
Yes.
Okay. Has there been any changes from before when you were an athlete to now?
I guess I've been more stressed out. As far as being in college, having a job on top of school, full-time student, plus a job, that wasn't a thing in high school. Been in a relationship recently, so that's a little bit different, taking up some more of my time there too. Yeah, at one point I was working like 3 jobs, so no time for anything.
Okay.
So I would say, yeah, some things have been different.
Okay. What are you going to school for?
Mental health counseling, actually, so
Awesome.
maybe one day I'll sit where you are.
Awesome. And then how's your relationship?
My relationship's fine.
Awesome.
There's really no problems with it. I'd say we get along well. Nothing really has gone on, like we don't really fight, which is a nice thing. It's just like I spend a lot of time doing things for my relationship that like maybe I should take some of that time and do it for myself is what I'm getting to now, which isn't necessarily a problem. It's not like he's making me do that. It's
Right.
more like, oh, well, I have to do this, so I might as well not do that type of thing.
Okay, so do you feel like you're spending more of your now free time towards your relationship?
Yes.
Okay. Do you see that in any way, by chance, getting in the way of anything else?
No, I'd say doesn't impact school. School's always top priority. Doesn't impact work. I'm always on time for my job. It's really just the free time for myself. It's getting eaten up by relationship time.
Okay. So just going back to school, how's your workload going? I know you said you have a job, relationship. At one point you had 3 jobs. So how is school going?
School's been going well, actually. Classes aren't too bad. They're about 3 days a week, so it's manageable. My 3 jobs, it was working in the morning at the gym, work at a gym, which is another reason why it's even more frustrating for me to be in that environment and know that I'm not working out. But work at the gym. I used to bartend, so that took up a lot of my weekends, Thursday through Saturday night. And then my 3rd job was just helping out at a cigar merchant place where they were just selling cigars, and I would run his social media account. So I was kind of on my own time, so not a big deal, but...
Okay. Well, I definitely want to say you're doing a great job managing everything from the looks of things. Like, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Do you want to talk about it seems like your loss of energy or being tired?
Yeah, on top of like the always being tired, it's kind of like my eating habits have gotten worse too. It's like I used to not so much care about what I ate, but I would at least monitor, see what was going on. But now it's like I'll eat whatever, whenever. Like the biggest thing that I've noticed is I'm eating a lot before bed at night. It's like I'll be too busy during the day with class and work that I won't eat most of the day and just fit a bunch of food in right before sleep, which I've been doing some reading and that's terrible for you.
Right. Okay. So with the basically not eating as much during the day, eating at night.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a new habit, or is this something you kind of picked up throughout time?
I'd say it's something that I kind of picked up throughout time, and I think, like I said, working in the morning and then having to be at school and go to classes until 9 p.m. at night. It's like, what other time do I have to eat? But like, realistically, it's eating, something you should make time for, but I don't seem to do that.
Okay, so when you do eat late at night, what does your meal or snacks, I don't know what it is, what's that normally consist of?
Anything, depending on how hungry I am. It could be cereal, yogurt, a pizza, fast food. Majority of the time it is fast food.
Okay.
Something quick and easy.
Okay, so would you say that is more a convenience thing, or is that what you're really is that what you want at that time?
I'd say it's definitely convenience. It's like, it's too late, I don't want to cook an actual meal, and I'm getting off class, so just swinging through Taco Bell or Wendy's or something real quick. It's like, okay, I can go home, start some homework, take a shower, go to bed.
Okay.
Just convenience for sure.
Okay. Would you say, because you also said you had something with a clouded mind,
Mm-hmm.
would you say that this goes into that, your lack of energy, or is that a different, if that's a different category, that's fine?
Nope,
But-
I'd say it would go with that. It's like,
Okay.
during the day, I'll wake up and it's like, I'm kind of just going through the motions. I wake up looking forward to the next time that I can go back to sleep.
Mhm.
Always tired, always looking forward to that, going back to sleep. So that's what I mean by clouded. It's like, just going through the motions, not really too enthused to do much, just looking forward to going back to sleep or being done with whatever responsibilities I have that day.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. So when you wake up, it makes you feel more of like you're just going through it.
Mm-hmm.
You're just trying to get back to sleep.
Yes. It's like,
Okay.
I'm so tired that I feel clouded, like, until I'm like back home that night and like have nothing more to do. It's like, oh, I just need to get this done, just moving through everything that I need to complete.
Okay. Have you always had that almost mindset of just going through it, or is this something new as well? I'm just trying to see where the behavior possibly started at, or what's causing it.
Yeah, I'd say this is something new.
Okay.
Just recently, I guess, around the same time that I've stopped working out and everything else, it's like my whole pattern of systems are off between the sleeping, the eating, and the exercising. It's like everything's kind of been jumbled up into one.
Okay. So correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just trying to string everything together, see where we're at. So it seems like you stopped working out,
Mm-hmm.
which then caused you to start being more tired because
Yeah.
you do have a busy lifestyle. You have college, you have your relationship, you have 3 jobs. So you stopped working out. You started to see a little bit of weight increase.
Mm-hmm.
You started to become more tired. You have more of a cloudy mind, and that's making you want to get to the end of your day.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so do you think any of that has a start point? Like, if
Start
one thing
point.
happened first, and when did that one thing happen?
I'd say the exercising quit first,
Okay.
and then the eating thing set in next, and then the always being tired
Okay.
kind of worked its way in there last.
So working to eating to being tired.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have anybody that you talk to about this?
Yeah, I've brought it up to my boyfriend, of course, because he's been there for the attitude and the moods and everything else that comes with being tired and hungry. One of my best friends, my mom. I have plenty of people, a lot of friends actually that I talk to on the daily, roommate, so I'm always around people, kind of interacting with them. As far as like the sleeping and eating problem, I'd say my mom and my boyfriend, I've heard about it the most, just because my mom's always concerned that I'm not eating enough during the day. And then me and my boyfriend eat the majority of our meals together, so he does, like, if I am eating during the day, it's because of him. Like, it's not like I was like, oh, let's go get food. It's like, oh, we're eating lunch now, and I was like, oh, lunch.
Okay. So let's see. When you do bring this up to them, how's their normal reaction? So let's say for your working, when you bring that up to your boyfriend, what's his reaction?
I mean, he's not too concerned. He knows that I need to work. I like to work. I like having things to do.
Mhm.
I hate just sitting at home and being bored. So like I complain about being too busy, but if I was bored, I would drive myself insane. So like he likes the fact that I only work part time. At the gym I work part time. That's actually where we met. So he understands that aspect of I have to work and I have to do those things. Work doesn't really stress me out too much. It's more like the obligation of like, oh, I have to go to work so I can't get this done. Or like I work until 1, have this at 3 o'clock. I have no time to do what I need to do in 2 hours. Even though I realistically could fit in a workout or lunch or something else like that. It's like, no, I'm gonna go home and take a nap.
Okay, so when you're at work, you begin to start feeling kind of overwhelmed about the rest of your day?
Yeah.
Okay. And have you made that clear to him or your mother?
Yeah, they definitely both know. He knows as soon as I get off work, most of the time I'm gonna go take a nap. I'm not gonna do anything else until I get that nap in, or unless it's something that has to be done within that time, like an appointment or school or something like that.
Okay. So with your eating, have you brought up the late night eating? I know you said that you guys typically eat your meals at the same time.
Yeah, I'd say my boyfriend might influence the eating so late just because I don't get out of class till 9. He works an hour and a half away, so most of the time he's not getting off work or getting home till 7, 8 o'clock. By the time we're both there, it's 9:30, so that's when we're eating. Whereas like if I was free at home before he's off work, I should just eat, and like he should do the same. But it's like we like to wait and eat and have that meal time together. It's kind of like essential for most people, eating together. So I think that's kind of why we eat so late too sometimes, is our schedules are so conflicting, and then so late in general that it pushes us to like put off eating until we're together as well.
So have you guys discussed, really, because you did mention that was a problem, you're eating late at night. Have you guys discussed this as an issue?
I've mentioned it a few times. We've never really discussed it too far, came up with any solutions about it. But I think it is something that I should bring up again.
Okay. How do you feel like that would go if you did discuss it?
I think it would go well. We do really well with talking about issues. Like, I'm never too worried about him being upset or anything like that. He'll normally at least hear me out and bounce ideas back and forth. Like, well, we could maybe do this or we could do that, and kind of just work from there. So it is something I should bring up. It's just I've neglected to bring up and make it important to him, I guess.
Okay. And then with your last point of being tired / having a clouded mind, have you brought that up to anybody yet?
Not so much. I mean, I sleep a lot. That is something that my mom, my boyfriend, and my friends all say is, oh, we're calling you, you're always sleeping. We're doing this, you're always sleeping. So, I think it might be a point of concern for maybe some of them, but to me it's like, oh, well, I'm tired. Like, I'm always doing things, so I need the sleep when I can get it. But, no, I haven't really told them as far as how it affects me, like, in my mindsets, I guess.
Okay, and you said they do feel like you're missing their calls and things like that. Have they brought it up to you as, like, it's a problem, or do they just see you as just missing the call?
It's like a joking issue. Like, everybody always tells me if they had one phone call, I would not be that one phone call because I'm not answering. So, jokingly, it's a problem, but, like, I don't think anybody's ever notice so much that it's affecting anything, because like I said, I do all the things that I do and get those things done, that maybe since I am always in that role of, oh, I got it, I'm busy, I got it, that they don't think that I'm tired, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so I kind of got a good idea of everything we're going to be working with during these sessions. So looking into the next session to come, how about if you're okay with this, of course, this is basically all these sessions go by how you want them to go.
Okay.
So with the next session, if you could think of 3 ways, one for each category. So far we have the weight, we have being tired, and we have a clouded mind.
Okay.
So for each of these, if you could think of one thing that you could work on during this week, and that you could tell me how that did help you.
Okay.
I'm not going to make them with you because this is what you want to do. We can, however, next session, if you do choose to do this, we could talk about it, go over it, and then get ready for the next week.
Okay.
So if you could think of one thing for clouded mind and how to almost not have a clouded mind, but more of a positive outlook towards your day and the things you have coming up, if you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then weight. So you said that you've been gaining weight, not eating. You've been eating a little bit more than previously when you were an athlete. You had a lot of energy.
Yeah.
So if we could think of a way to either monitor, control, or use alternative eating forms, which I just mean like different eating styles.
Okay. Yeah.
And then with being tired, obviously if we could think of something that does limit the being up late and eating and the getting more hours of sleep. Does that work out?
That works.
Awesome. Do you have any questions for me?
No, thank you.
Awesome. Well, I will see you later.
Alrighty.
All right.
I got so nervous that this wasn't recording.